So here's a question. When was the last time a novel about a working class heterosexual man who mostly speaks in okays and yes won the Booker Prize? Yep, of course. It was a few weeks ago. David Salay's Flesh did just that. It's a brutal, brilliant novel that follows István, a Hungarian immigrant, from teenage seduction and violence through sex, working as a bouncer before he gets wealthy, war, and collapse. And it does this with almost no interiority. We never know what he's thinking, and often he doesn't either. But let's be clear about one thing. While Flesh is about masculinity and a worthy winner, it's not some comeback for the male novelist. That's not the story here. 7 of the last 10 Booker winners have been men. Male writers are in no way marginalized. So what makes Flesh interesting isn't who wrote it, it's what it dares to write about. For almost a decade, fiction has been dominated by very good novels of female interiority. Sally Rooney, Tessa Moshfegh, Rachel Cusk. Stories that captured the inside of women's heads. Often young, often sharply observed, often aligning with cultural reckoning moments. What we've seen far less of, though, are novels about young men, or if they exist, they're often ironic, deflecting, or tragic comic. Flesh doesn't do that. It's about the male body, its demands, its silences, its collisions with power, money, sex, and history. And crucially, it flips the dynamic. István is the object here. He's looked at, acted upon, often voiceless. It's not about swagger, it's about exposure. Szalay himself has said he wanted to write honestly about sex from a male point of view. And that doing so is risky now. You can't write like Martin Amis or Philip Roth anymore, not without it looking tone deaf or just tedious. But Flesh isn't nostalgic. There's no smirk here, no literary machismoism. It's brutal but clinical, raw but unsentimental. There's a brilliant comparison in The Guardian. Last year's Booker winner, Orbital by Samantha Harvey, lifted us off the planet. It made us feel small, floating, sublime. Flesh, on the other hand, drags us back to earth, deep into the meat, the body as burden, life as momentum, doom scrolling, but in book form. And yet it's epic, not in a great man kind of way, but because it asks the one question fiction never gets tired of doing. What does it mean to be alive when you barely understand yourself? István isn't a hero, he's a survivor. His life is shaped by a single act of abuse from his early life, and from there he ricochets through modern history. Post-communist Hungary, war, migration, money, disconnection. And somehow, through all of it, we care. This isn't a win for male writers. It's a win for stories that go places we've been afraid to look at. It's about men who don't explain themselves, about lives told from the outside in. Reading is, after all, just inhabiting someone else's flesh for a while, and this book sticks with you. And I really enjoyed it, absolutely read it super fast. Thanks.